welcome back. My name is Seetal. You're watching Seetal MD. Today we're going to talk about low buy. So what is low buy? Sometimes people talk about no buy. In this video we're going to talk about low buy and a little bit about no buy and what is it and why do people actually do it. But before that, hi, my name is Seetal. If you're new to my channel, then I talk about minimalism, productivity, and I do some lifestyle videos here. You might want to check out some of my videos that I've linked down below. Now, without wasting any more time, let's just get on with it. Low buy and no buy is basically like a challenge that people set for themselves on a weekly, monthly, or even yearly basis. And the reason that they do this is so that, well, they save money, right? So a lot of people need to do this because they feel like they buy too much stuff. As a minimalist, I can say that I do not suffer from excessive spending. However, there are areas where I do spend quite excessively, and that's eating outside as well as buying new supplies for my DIY projects that I have planned in my head but not really out on paper, and I will go buy the supplies for what I think I have to do. Anyways, so that's why people do low buy or no buy. In today's video, I'm going to share with you some guidelines that can help you make low buy easy for you as it is for me. Number one, understand why you spend money. I spend a lot of money on eating outside and buying coffee outside, and I also spend a lot of money on my DIY project. Sometimes I just do it out of the like of wanting to do a project. I'll just take up a project which I don't think or haven't really thought through much, and then I'll start doing that project. When I look through my cupboard or my stash of DIY projects, I've got so many other projects that have not been done or have not been completed. So I set myself a no buy rule on my DIY projects. If I have not finished a previous project, I will not allow myself to buy supplies for a new project. Number two, choose where you would like to do a low buy. So in my previous video where I talk about living on a budget, I talk about buying groceries mindfully. A lot of us might just run out to the superstore, super grocery store where everything is sold under one roof. Now, while this might be easy, you can get your meat, vegetables, all your processed food items under the same roof. It will cost you that extra to buy these things. So a low buy doesn't have to be everywhere. So if you are someone who spend a lot of money on clothes, for instance, like I said, I don't really shop that much clothes for myself anymore as a minimalist. But if you are someone who thinks that you spend a lot of money on clothes, then maybe you should do a low buy for your clothes. So maybe tell yourself that this week I will only buy one item of clothing, or this month I will only buy one item of clothing. So if I have my eye on like a shirt and a jacket, maybe I'll buy the shirt this week and the jacket next week, or the shirt this month and the jacket next month. So choose wisely. Number three, you do kind of need to plan ahead a bit. So think about holidays, birthdays, anniversaries, and gifts that you have to make for people or friends and family and things like that. For instance, your anniversary is coming and birthday of someone that you love is coming soon. Do not wait till the last minute to think of a gift. Plan ahead. So planning ahead would mean that if you want to buy them something, you might have like a budget that you can save every week, kept aside in a jar or something for that person's birthday or that person's anniversary or whatever it is, right? Also, you could plan ahead, say, if you wanted to make something, you could make gifts instead of buying gifts all the time, especially for kids. Kids love it when you do things like that. At one point, when I used to buy gifts at the last minute for my kids' friends' birthday parties, I used to go to this bookstore, which is a bit expensive. This is an independent bookstore, so it's not one of those big stores. So the books there were at least 3 times the price of the books that you can get at Kmart and Target and things like that. And I would spend that kind of money on one book. Whereas if I went to Kmart and I spent $30, I could buy them 5 or 6 books even. So keeping that in mind allowed me to save a lot of money and not wait till the last minute. With that said, I also planned ahead and bought lots of wrapping paper at one point from a store that sold wrapping paper really cheaply, and I buy cheap birthday cards. Sometimes we make birthday cards, and I do have enough supply for the kids to make their own birthday cards for their friends. Number 4, set easy goals. Do not set very high achieving goals. Do not tell yourself that that's it, I'm going to do a no buy for this month. This month I'm not going to buy any piece of clothing. You think 1 month is something that will pass really fast, but trust me, like after day 5 or 6, you're like, oh my god, I'm just so sick and tired of this. When am I going to stop saving? When can I just buy a piece of clothing? When can I just go out and shop and just be happy? I'm only living once. I want to shop, I want to do this, I want to do that. So don't set high achieving goals. Set small goals. If you think that might be too much for you, maybe you can start with a weekly low buy. Comment below on what kind of low buy that you would set for yourself. If you've never set a low buy before, comment below on what kind of goal that you would set yourself. Weekly, monthly, or would you try to go in yearly if you could? Number 5, do it with a partner or a friend. You need to have an accountability partner to see that you are on track, because otherwise you'd be, you tend to forgive yourself and go like, you know what, I've been really good for like this week. Maybe, this week I can buy 2 things as opposed to 1 thing, and before you know it, you're not following the low buy at all anymore, and you're just back to square one. So having an accountability partner, someone that you can trust, that would say to you bluntly, hey, you're breaking the rules. No matter what, you're breaking the rules, and the thing that you want to buy is not a necessity. You might think that you need a white t-shirt right now, but you've got tons of other clothes that you can wear and pair it with something else. It's not a need, this is a want. So you need to have like a friend or a partner or even a spouse that will, hold you accountable for your decisions. Number 6 is understanding what your purpose is and why are you actually doing this. So not understanding your expenses, but understanding your purpose. Really? Is it because you think you spend too much? Is it because you think you excessively collect too many things that you don't actually like, or you think you buy a lot of stuff on sale that you don't actually like? Why is it that you want to do this low buy? Have your purpose, and you need to write it down on a journal or just a piece of paper. To get a pen, I always encourage my friends to get a pen, get a paper, and write down their whys, because if you don't know your why, if it's not there in front of you, you will not be able to stick to it. You might do what a lot of men do and go like, I know it, it's all in my head, my why's in my head, my why's in my head. No, your why needs to be on paper, and it needs to be in front of you so you can see it. Stick it on your mirror in the bathroom, stick it on the mirror in your room so you can look at it. Whatever it is, you need to know your why, and you need to be able to see it every day, daily. Number 7, eliminate temptations. So if you know that when you go grocery shopping with your kids, for instance, they will go all out wanting to buy so many things, and because they've been good with you saying no to a lot of things, you tend to give in a little and buy them a toy at the end, things like that. Maybe avoid taking them to the grocery store, or don't take your kids with you to the superstore where they sell toys, because that's a temptation for them. Avoid temptations as much as possible. If you, for instance, want to cut out on shopping online, then delete all those shopping apps. I do shop online sometimes, but I delete the apps as soon as I'm done shopping. And then when I need to buy something again, I will download the app or just visit the store in person. But I avoid shopping online as much as possible, and when I've got something, delete. I delete everything. I do not keep any apps, shopping apps on my phone, and I also don't keep any game apps on my phone, because that's a temptation for the kids to want to use the phone. So avoid temptations as much as possible. Number 8, fill your time with other things, whatever it is. Choose a hobby, choose something else that would keep you busy instead of going online and looking at shopping items. So for me, it is reading. I buy a lot of books. Sometimes I get a lot of audiobooks. Now the audiobooks are good in terms of when I'm traveling, when I'm cleaning, and I can listen to it, but I a lot of the times prefer hardcover books. I do have a Kindle that I use sometimes, but sometimes I just love having a hardcover book, and it, keeping my nose in the book all the time allows me to just extract myself from phone apps and looking at shopping. Try to do something else that would keep you off these shopping apps. Watch Netflix every evening with your partner, or you can start a new hobby, start sewing, start running, start cycling, whatever it is. Just do something else that will keep your mind busy and keep you off the things that you're trying to avoid. I hope you have enjoyed these tips. Let me know in the comments below if you're gonna try a low buy for yourself sometime. I really hope you do. It is so amazing. I love you so much, and thank you so much for watching till the end. Until then, I will see you again shortly. Love you so much. Bye.